Good morning. Happy Thursday. Running a few minutes late this morning. So hoping you all hang in there and catch up and we'll do the divine feminine today. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm here every morning with something for you to think about or talk about or both. And today we have a little section I'm going to read out of the Sophia Code, which is a book that a friend of mine discovered and then suggested. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Suggested that we do a book club on it. So, me and my beloved coffee group are working our way through this book, and there's so much amazing divine feminine energy in this book. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome. Everybody's starting to roll in. We'll get all our practical rebels present. Good morning, Joe Neal. And then we'll jump into this little bitty section. I'm only reading like a paragraph, but I think it captures how we wish to be walking in the world these days. Good morning, Nancy. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. And know that if you decide to read the book, there is also online, I think there's a small fee for it, but there is each of these chapters are based on divine feminine being. So this particular one was about Mother Mary. We've had Green Terra, we've had Hathor, we've had Isis. There's a bunch more coming, but this one was on Mother Mary. Oh no. Oh, good grief. But doesn't it feels that way, doesn't it? There is so much tumult going on. And think about that. It's a water main that broke. What does water represent? Emotions. Emotions. Divine feminine. Women are the water keepers, right? So very interesting that a water main broke. Yeah. So yeah, this is an interesting time. There's much going on. I was on a call last night, and we had a call the previous day about creating an artificial intelligence policy for one of the groups that I belong with. And we had such amazing discussion about AI. And there were some brilliant minds in that room that I just reveled in listening to them, their thoughtfulness, their depth of understanding of AI, their concerns, all of the things, their appreciation of the potential gift this offers. But one of the overriding sentiments was believing that humanity is not yet mature enough, and that was the word that was used, not yet mature enough to manage this tremendous gift well. I thought that probably hit the nail on the head pretty appropriately. So how to deal with that, how to address that. The word guardrails came up frequently. To that point, though, I think this kind of effort, let me show you the book, The Sophia Code by Kaia Ra. And online, there's actually each of these codes has an activation that's with it. It's like a ritual that is where we're declaring we're bringing this divine feminine energy back online, and that we are desperately in need. It can be, though, it can do amazing things. It's the humans who have turned it loose that needed to have thought it through a whole lot better. So it's really not the tool that's the problem. It's the users of the tool. As always, right? A hammer can be a tool or it can be a weapon. And the mindset, the patriarchy run amok, the divine feminine or divine masculine in its shadow side is what is going to, and divine feminine in its shadow side, because the divine masculine in its shadow side is the violence, the conquering, the war, the whatever, and the divine feminine in its shadow side is the the inability to act, the vapidness, the all that stuff, those together are a dangerous combination with this gift of AI. On the other hand, healthy divine masculine and healthy divine feminine, a mature humanity could utilize AI as a gift. So, on that note, and we're in one of the things we were talking about as we were processing our attunement for this particular Sophia Code, the one for Mother Mary. We were talking about this, let's call it a gap, this gap space between where the old paradigms are breaking down and new paradigms haven't come online totally yet. We see some inklings, but they have not come online totally yet. And this gap space being very uncomfortable and very dangerous in some ways, but also filled with potential for what is to come, depending on how maturely we respond. So, let me read this little section from the Sophia Code. And if any of you have the book, it's on page 169 and it's called Walking the Way. And it's capitalized, the way. And Mother Mary was known as like something around the 1,000 roses, and the rose being a pathway of reconciliation. Sometimes when you see the Sacred Heart pictures, there's actually a rose depicted in the background. Yes, exactly. Yes, we thought when we switched millennia that all hell was going to break loose. There's much potential here. So let's see if this helps lay some groundwork again for the potential. Good morning, Gwen. Good morning, Nancy. For that potential pathway through to maximizing these gifts, maximizing the potential of what we have, maximizing our own maturity. The way is a daily spiritual practice for those initiated in the teachings of the Rose, so Mother Mary's teachings, who live in accordance with the guiding voice of their heart. So you're following your heart space. And again, if you think about Mother Mary, she was a teacher. She was an incredible teacher, and she went about and did teachings. How much of that got whitewashed out of the Bible? A ton. Most of the women prophets were whitewashed out of the Bible. There's much scholarly writing on those women prophets. Well worth time and effort to read some of those. For the rose reveals that there is no higher guidance than following the way of your own heart, which is the throne of your higher self. Therefore, an initiate of the way chooses to actively embody the pearls of spiritual paradox offered by the rose, to liberate their awareness from projections and judgments, preventing them from following their heart. How much has heart and soul been denigrated over the years? Focusing on the mind. You have to be logical, you have to be reasonable. That's a little box that we put ourselves in. Again, Albert Einstein saying that the mind is meant to be the faithful servant of the heart and soul. It's not driving the bus. Walking the way of this creative tension is not a casual affair for the human ego, nor is it for the faint of heart. Yeah, this is an arduous journey, and to step into this space and be willing to, I mean, if you're if you're speaking to corporate America from your heart and soul, how well is that going to go over, right? But it's absolutely what's needed right now. It's a spiritual path that requires a daily relinquishing of all attachments to suffering and a complete surrender to the voice of your higher self guiding you from your heart. Take a breath there. Imagine what it feels like to be guided more fully by your heart. to be guided more fully by the healthy divine feminine. Many question or even condemn those who follow their heart along the way of personal awakening. And if we think about leaders who have followed their heart, they did catch a whole lot of flack, didn't they? Jimmy Carter comes to mind. It requires significant courage to trust your innocence, guiding you to have faith and follow the path of your greatest potential. With that said, the way is the simplest road and most direct route for living a joyfully aligned life and fulfilling your destiny. The people who walk away from corporate America jobs and become organic farmers, they're kind of an epitome of this. And everybody looks at them like they're nuts, right? But, defined both by the path and your unique soul decisions as you journey upon that path, the way is a human life lived as the hero's journey. The quest is to intuitively follow the guidance spiraling open from the rose of your heart so that you may live your highest destiny, regardless of all outer circumstances or influence. This is possible and even more probable in times of turmoil. So let's take a moment with this, shall we? Let's do a little guided imagery. I want you to close your eyes, not if you're driving, but I want you to close your eyes. And you can always come back to this and re-listen to this part again and again. Close your eyes, take some nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, feeling yourself grounding to Mother Earth, grounding through the soles of your feet and the base of your spine. And as you do so, feeling those major chakra centers in your body aligning and spinning open. So the lower chakra centers grounding you to Mother Earth. We are of the earth. All the way on up through your crown chakra, which spins open, connecting you to the divine, connecting you to all that is. Breathing in down through the crown of your head, that healing golden light, and exhaling it throughout your entire being. Your physical being, your corporeal body, but also out into your etheric field, the energy field around you. My friend Nancy used to say, I'm getting my aura buffed. So imagine this, cleansing your aura. Breathing, receiving, moving it through your entire body and down into Mother Earth. You being that divine connection between heaven and earth. Almost like a little lightning rod, channeling that endless source of divine energy to you, through you, into Mother Earth. Drawing up Mother Earth energy through the soles of your feet, that grounding energy, feeling it very solidly based in your spine. Then moving that up your spine with the breath, all the way up to that magnificent brain of yours that is meant to be the faithful servant of your heart and soul. And now imagining the heart. And you may want to place your hands over your heart. This divine rose. This central switching station for all of this energy. And as you breathe, just imagining your heart center opening, radiating this beautiful energy out into the world, magnifying that energy tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. You are an antenna. And I want you to listen carefully in this stillness and silence that I'm going to offer you in a moment. I want you to listen carefully to what your heart wants you to know. Take a breath in, let it go, and listen with your intuitive ears. Taking all the time you need, allowing this message to come through loud and clear. And I want you to set the intention that this communication between you and your sacred heart becomes stronger, and that every breath you take throughout the day strengthens and clarifies this connection between your divine feminine heart and you. It is you. It's all you. We are all one. Know that you can tap this energy, you can hear this divine message anytime you choose, simply by stilling yourself briefly and tuning in. Couple more nice deep breaths into that intention. And when that feels complete, you can take one more nice deep breath, opening your eyes, coming back to this space. I hope that was helpful. So today, go about your day thinking about this divine heart that you have, this divine heart that is so powerful in terms of healing and effecting change in our world, your little corner of the world. It can be anything. It can be your smile that you share broadly. Yes, sending out love and peace. Beautiful. It can be as you're driving in the car, you just put your hand up by the window, intending energy, healing energy that goes to every vehicle that passes you. You can sit on your porch and do that. As the cars go past, as the people go past, as the dogs and cats go past, the squirrels are jumping around and the bunnies, send them all that healing, loving energy. We are the vehicles through which the healing of Mother Earth and the healing of humanity will take place. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.